Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and today I am also joined by my wonderful co-host, Sunita Allister. Sunita, how are you today?
I'm good, Prince. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, I have some news that I found out about earlier this week that I have purposefully kept from you all week because I wanted to get your honest reaction on this because we've talked about it before. So, I heard, and I can't say who I heard this from, where I heard it from, and for all we know, it could be a rumor, but I heard it from a pretty credible source that Zoom has decided that instead of looking at the acquisition for Five9 or looking to acquire another Five9 type company, they have decided to build their own contact center in house. Now, before you give me your reaction or what your thoughts are on this, for those of you who are watching this video, you may or may not remember, Sunita and I actually did a video talking about. I actually did a video about Zoom's. I did a video without Sunita months back about Zoom looking to acquire Five9, which is a contact center company which does voice over IP phone systems for call centers specifically. I did a video talking about Zoom wanting to acquire Five9 for $14.7 billion. But then, about a month or so later, Sunita and I covered a video just like this, talking about the breaking news that the deal between Five9 and Zoom for the acquisition was canceled. Um, it was said that Five9 shareholders, and it sounded also like Five9's legal team, had decided to cancel the deal for whatever reasons we don't know. But in that video that Sunita and I were just discussing this news, we had thrown around the idea of, do we think Zoom is going to come back to the table and make a better offer, maybe maybe a higher offer to purchase Five9? Did we think that Zoom was going to maybe look at acquiring another company? You know, if Five9 couldn't agree with their request, or did we think it was better if Zoom turned around and just made their own thing? So I remember in that video, Sunita, you had mentioned, quote unquote, that Zoom has got plenty of money. They're a very resourceful company. They've already got Zoom Phone, so they have all the capability and the resources if they wanted to create their own contact center, and that it may have even been better in the long run. What are your honest thoughts on this rumor that Zoom may be building their own, let's just say, super epic contact center for customers? What are your thoughts on this?
All right. So, first of all, my thoughts are like I'm glad and I'm not surprised at the same time because, as we have already talked about, that they can definitely do it. And
Yeah,
I would just definitely am looking forward that how they actually roll with it and how they just make it happen because it's also going to be a very specific, special, and something different kind of platform again, like Zoom already has with the video conferencing and all that.
yeah,
So yes, it definitely is going to be a very a special thing to be looking forward to.
cool, cool. Now, in your response, you made a comment and you said it's going to be a very different and very unique thing if they build their own.
Hmm.
One of the things that I find interesting, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this. See, you got to figure when Zoom was still in the negotiation process with Five9 to purchase their contact center, you got to figure five for $14.7 billion to buy something. I'm sure
Hmm.
Zoom wanted to know what Five9 had. They wanted to look under the hood, so to speak,
Hmm.
and see the inner workings of it to see, do we really like this and do we really want it? And my suspicions is in Five9 doing that and letting them see what we call the proof in the pudding, or the secret sauce, as we call it, the secret
Hmm.
ingredients. The fact that they backed out of the deal, that may have just armed Zoom with enough insider info to be like, okay, Five9's one of the big top dogs in the industry. So now we've seen what's under the hood and they've backed out of the deal. Now that we know what they have, what can we build that's either the same or significantly better? And I think there's something to be said for that. What are your? I'm not saying that that's unethical or illegal. That's just the game. That's just part of business. You know, it's no different than if I had somebody come in. If I let another YouTuber come and tour my studio, all that does is let them see the inner workings of how we do things here, and that gives them ideas, to either do it the same on the
Hmm.
same level or do it better. What are your thoughts on that? On the fact that There is the rumor now that Zoom is building their own thing, but Zoom was able to, during this deliberation process before that $14.7 billion deal was canned, they were able to see the secret sauce, what's behind the curtain at Five9. What are your thoughts on that?
That also can be true, but at the same time, they are already in the market, and to just have the right people, have the right skills, and to have the right money to just build this kind of platform is just not a big deal for them anymore. They're global, they know everything already. And whoever is in the market, even you and I, if you are we just get to know somebody more deeper, maybe they have some secret sauce. And I'm not trying to talk in the favor of Zoom or taking in all together in the favor of Zoom. If it's just something logical, because if they might have seen some insights, or might have been able to see their secret sauce, then again, it has to be something what they can do, how they can just bring it on the table for the customers. So that has to be very different from whatever it is in the market. So
Yeah,
again, it's a challenge for them at the same time.
yeah. So you mentioned something, Sunita, in what you said a minute ago, where you said that you were talking about Zoom meetings, and you made a comment and you said that Zoom already has something that is a leader and unique or different in the meeting space. And to put that into context with Zoom Phone and also this potential contact center thing that they're going to be creating, Zoom is the one thing that I have noticed that has made Zoom meetings very popular, as well as Zoom Phone, is the ease of use. Um, so I wonder, are they going to try to inject that same level of ease of use into whatever this contact center platform is that they may make? Now, just to be clear, contact center is significantly more advanced than the regular, what we call UCAS, or the regular phone system stuff that you work with here at Rich Technology Group day to day. But I think there's still some area where they could build something that is just as powerful as all the other competitors out there, like a Five9, a TalkDesk, a Genesis, a Nice and Contact. But I think just like what they've been able to do with their meetings platform, they could make it a lot easier to use than a lot of their competitors, because that's exactly what they've done with their meeting platform. What are your thoughts on that in regards to what they could or may not be able to do to bring a contact center to the market that's super easy to use, where the others, yes, while powerful, they're very hard to use or they're not very user friendly? What are your thoughts?
Let's just talk about this, as Zoom is going to be, bringing in a platform which may or may not be user friendly. This is out of question when it comes to Zoom, because this is their not so secret sauce, or you can say this is their speciality to
Yeah,
build a platform which is easy to use for everybody and every nation and every kind of person in the world, or around the globe. So I am sure that they are definitely going to build something powerful enough which can be a competitor with the other providers in the industry, but at the same time very easy to use and very reliable product which
yeah.
every person can rely on, for the meetings or for something for the business. And
Gotcha, gotcha. One last thing. You just mentioned global, and you guessed what my last question was before we wrap this up.
Mhm.
As you already know, because you and I have dealt with this, because you and I are separated by land and sea and water and all that, and you and I
True.
have run into some dilemmas internally where we have to meticulously pick what video conferencing platform we want to use, because not all of them are able to handle folks that have a global staff or something like that. Now, we already know Zoom is like the king when it comes to the video meetings piece and is global. Now, while all of the other contact centers like Five9 and TalkDesk and all that say that they're global, I feel like Zoom is more global than they are. Meaning, Zoom has more server locations and server hubs in more cities, states, countries, and just different land masses than your average TalkDesk or your average Five9 and things like that. This offers things like, my point is I feel like Zoom, if they were to create a contact center, because they already have a bigger global backbone than a lot of the other contact center competitors, they'll be able to offer their services to a wider range of customers across the world. What are your thoughts there in regards to them being able to potentially be a better global leader simply because they already have a bigger global presence because of their meetings platform and backbone than the others? I know that's a loaded question, but hit me.
All right. So, Prince, this is the very favorite and best part about Zoom. Now we are going to talk about, because if a provider, they just only provide the services like within US or just some other countries, and it just covers a little areas around the globe. Zoom has the ability, and they definitely can build something which can just be a shocker, at the same time, a revolutionary thing they can do with that, because they can bring every continent, every person from around the globe together on one platform. They
Yeah,
have this ability. If they can do it from the video platform, I'm sure that they can do it, like if they just take over this phone service thing, they
yeah,
they they can do that, and which
yeah,
is going to be just something really awesome to see happening.
yeah. I think that's a. I think exactly what you said is a big thing because, well, you know this. Whenever you call me up or you hit me up in the chat when you're consulting with our viewers and our clients, and you say, "Hey, Prince, I've got this client that, yes, they are predominantly dealing with customers in the US. They have an office in the US, but they also have an office in India, or they have an office in Australia, or they have an office in the United Kingdom. Who is the best for somebody like that needs like local international numbers and not only needs to call the US, but to call a few global places and stuff like that?" You already know that Zoom is one of the top ones that I usually tell you that's the best one. So we already know
Mm.
they have a bit of an edge when it comes to having global servers and global presence outside of the United States. So, anyways, that wraps up this video. Like I said, I've been saving this news all week, purposefully keeping you in the dark just to see what your reaction was because you kind of called it and you said, I don't know. I think if Zoom built their own thing, they can do it. They have the money, they have the brand recognition, they have the resources, and if the rumor is true that I heard from a pretty credible source, I'm curious to see how this all unfolds. Um, Last question, actually. How long, if this is true, and they start, let's say, first quarter 2022, how long do you think it's going to take? How many months or how many years do you think it's going to take, or do you think it should take before we see something in the market, before we see them unveil something? What do you think?
How I see it, like this decision, like around the end of the year, what I see is like it can be a surprise for the Christmas for the coming year, or maybe something new which is going to happen before the 2023. You know,
Yeah,
so who knows? But I think that it is likely to have them take a whole year, because I know that they still would like to keep their global presence when
yeah,
it comes to, like, dealing in the phones as well after the video
yeah.
platform. So again, I think that it is like it justifies everything if they take a whole year for that, and it's another Christmas surprise for us after this rumor.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking if they really are doing this, I was thinking it's going to be an end of the year 2022 release, like this
Hmm.
time next year, or probably 2023. But I don't see it taking any longer than a reveal in 2023. I don't see why it would take any longer than a couple of years. Anyways,
Exactly. Mm.
that's all the questions I have. As always, Sunita, thank you so much for being here and for sharing your opinion and thoughts. So, for those of you who are watching, we didn't really talk much about Zoom Phone, but if you're watching and you're interested in Zoom Phone or Zoom meetings, we do represent those companies. We talk to people all the time that are interested in those services. So you can reach out to Sunita and I if you're interested in learning more about what Zoom offers in the phone system world outside of just the meetings. And we'd be more than happy to get somebody to show you an actual demo of the platform and also give you access to our special pricing to their offerings. As always, this is Prince Rich and Sunita Allister with Rich Technology Group, your go to folks for the best deals on business phone and internet in the United States. We'll catch you guys again in the next video.